the PCSRA Radio Network, and the Blue Hedgehog TV. We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast, retransmission, or other dissemination, or the use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show's 2020 season. We're glad that you're with us to celebrate 10 years of the PCSRA, and we hope to see you every Monday and Tuesday here in the PCSRA Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma. Today's PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast is brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecues, Harkins Theaters, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, in its 10th season with the call at today's PCSRA Weekly Show from the Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma, here he is, the adorable Blue Hedgehog, the voice of the PCSRA. Here he is, Daniel Voiles. Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show. As the PCSRA Weekly Show is on the air here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or anywhere on your mobile device with the free PCSRA app. Daniel Voiles here in our PCSRA studios in War Acres, Oklahoma. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the amazingness of the amazingness. Really looking forward to just getting this show kicked off. To avoid any conflicts with the NASCAR Pit Stop show, I've decided to move this show to today. So, yeah, get excited, my friends. So, excuse me. Let me... Oh, I was about to get ready to head over there, so... But at least they knew I was going to start this show, but... and nevertheless, so... Anyway, just a couple of announcements before we get started with the stuff. I want to throw a little program note. There is a chance the Cup Series race at Charlotte, the second Cup Series race, will probably not happen because of the fact that they're talking about chances of rain in that race. So, if we don't, of course, if we get results later tonight, I'll probably go over the top 10 results and just do a little recap on it in one of the streams for this weekend coming up, so that way that's taken care of. So, because we're only going to just recap just the 3 races at Charlotte as far as that is concerned. So, that's the first thing I'm going to mention as far as that is concerned. Second thing is that we're going to have an endurance race this Saturday, just to take a break from NASCAR racing, if you know what I mean. We are going to... Let me take a drink real quick. See, and I had this problem last night when I was trying to do a OKC Dodgers game, and, well, you all know how that went, so anyway... Second thing is that I will try to announce some special races in our community as far as that is concerned, and we'll go from there. So, with that said, let's introduce the 3 amazing panelists, our expert panelists who know the greatest things in the entire world. Joining me for the PCSRA Weekly Show is Nathan Orman, Zachary Taylor, and Cody Smart. Okay, I did a bad job because I accidentally muted it one at a time instead of doing this. Yeah, so that was my mistake. Whoopsie. I'll take the blame for that one, eh? It's okay. I'll take the blame anyway. Oh, let me get the volume up so I can hear you guys. Okay, I need to post something real quick. Wait, what'd you say, Cody? Not accepted. Okay. I just realized that I forgot to do Taylor songs in the last couple of weeks. So Taylor, kick us off with a special song. Not accepted. See, that's what happens when I forgot to go over the entire agenda, and yeah. But anywho, today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show, as surprisingly nobody is watching this stream, but we will get some people to watch the stream eventually. Which reminds me, wait a minute, did I not put it in Barnes & Noble? I forgot to put it in Barnes & Noble, that's not what I want. Barnes and Noble. See when I lose track of what server to put it in, there you go. So anyway, I have no comment what you just said, but okay. I said Barnes and Noble, so I heard that. I knew that was coming. Anyway, we're going to recap. By the way, I want to thank the national anthems of Germany and Monaco for kicking us off the introduction of these shows. So thank you to those two. Alright, our goal today is we're going to recap Charlotte. Like I said in the announcements, I do not know if we're going to have the second Charlotte race or not. If we do, then I can just tell you the results when I start stream this Saturday. Fully clothed and not with you-know-who, okay? Okay. So we're going to recap Charlotte. We're going to talk about a controversy news that has been dominating the headlines in the last couple of in the last 24 hours. I do not know what I'm going to see if I can get an update on the W Series. We'll go through the top story news. We'll go through, well, we already did Taylor's songs. We're going to rate the weekend because I've been doing a lousy job telling everybody to rate the weekend. Go through the NR report, some big news in the NR community that we'll need to address, and then we're going to look ahead to Bristol for the Cup Series. And I totally forgot about this last week on the weekly show. We are going to look ahead to Texas for IndyCar, their first race of the week of the season this weekend. Can you believe that? Yeah. Alright, if you adorable people are ready to recap with me, let's recap. Normally, I would always start with the Truck Series, and then Xfinity, and then Cup, but this one, it's the other way around. So, it's really going to feel weird, but hey, it's okay. I mean, hey, it's recaps, okay? Take it as you may, if you know what I mean. Take it as you may, so. I don't need to give you the starting lineup for all three, so there you go. Real quickly, by the way, I was having a chicken and bacon ranch melt at Subway, and I did not share with any of the panelists, plus I'm having a Pepsi Vanilla. I love everybody saying, figure! Yeah, whatever. Well, I said I'm also drinking a Pepsi Vanilla, and also got Lay's barbecue chips I won't be sharing. Are you laughing? Are you... What happened? Oh, good heavens. Seafood... Taylor trying to pick up a 17-pound lobster in Vermont. Good luck with that. I'm serious. Yeah, just a little warning, kids. Do not try to pick up a 17-pound lobster because you're going to fail miserably. Unless you're a heavy man, then there you go. So, anyway. Yeah, let's get on the stream. Oh, before I do so, I'm sorry if I forgot to ping this, but I'll go ahead and do this now before I forget. Anyway, let's recap, starting with the Cup race at Charlotte. Yes, this is kind of weird of me saying the Cup race at Charlotte, but you get my point. The race was now I'm going to say some people said that they didn't like it. Some people said that the 600 wasn't exciting. Let me just tell you something. I would disagree with that statement because it was really interesting to watch. We had a competition yellow, of course, before it even began, before the race even began. Denny Hamlin had the tug nut on the back of the car came off the car on the pace laps. He was obliged to come in the pit road to replace it. He ended up going like 8 or so laps down. Yeah, he was out of contention before the race even began, so let's get that out of the way. When the race did begin, however, we had a competition yellow, which was normal procedures for teams to check tires. We had rain, which got delayed an hour and 8 minutes, or 68 minutes if you like to do it in hockey terms. So the first two cautions, not a big deal. The first actual incident happened towards the end of stage 1. Clint Boyer going into turns 1 and 2. Not sure if he ran over something when he went into turn 1 and 2. Right front tire popped into the wall. His race was done, and which ended stage 1, which was won by Alex Bowman in the 88. Nothing happened in stage number 2. It was kind of a, let's say, a green flag run. Bowman also won that stage as well, so good for him. Then the second incident was Matt Kenseth. I believe he got spun coming off turn number 2 or something like that, or had a tire problem. But he didn't hit anything, right?
Yeah, he didn't hit anything as far as that's concerned. The rest of the way, it went calm and clean. Joey Logano took stage number 3 in that race. Then Joey Gase spun coming off turn number 4. Looked like it just sucked the back of the car around. And then if you thought Chase Elliott was going to win, his teammate William Byron cut a left rear tire down. He spun off spun going into 1 and 2, setting up an overtime finish, which Chase Elliott ended up pitting. Several drivers ended up staying out. And then Brad Keselowski got a good restart on the field, and Brad Keselowski wins the Coca-Cola 600. And a good stat from Dennis Stats Kelly, he extends his win season, at least winning one race, to 10 seasons. Can you believe that? A decade since he had a winless season. Can you believe that? Yep. After the race, however, Jimmy Johnson was disqualified because the car was too low on the rear end during post-race inspection, but Brad Keselowski passed inspection to keep the win. So congratulations. 607.5 miles is now the longest race we had on the calendar, period. So that's good news. Who sneezed? Oh, hi, go forth. Well, perfect timing. So because we were right in the middle of recapping, so the top 10 results after Johnson's disqualification, which I feel bad for Jimmy Johnson. Brad Keselowski, the winner. Chase Elliott second. Ryan Blaney third. Kyle Busch fourth. Kevin Harvick completes the top 5, so Harvick kept the point lead going in the Knights Cup race. Martin Truex Jr. finished 6th. Kurt Busch 7th. Tyler Reddick gets 8th. Can you say Tyler Reddick, great seasons, Tyler Reddick 2020, on a top 10 in his first cup race for the Coke 600. My boy from Norman, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell, comes home in 9th. That's actually Bell's best finish of the season, if I'm not mistaken. And Chris Buescher completes the top 10. Shout-out runs, Colt Custer, P12, great run for him. Austin Dillon, P14, who won this race 2 years ago. John Hunter Nemechek ended up P16. Not the run he would have liked, but hey, it's still a good result nevertheless. Looking at the results, a lot of names who we thought were going to have a good run, like Denny Hamlin, end up getting a bad finish. Hamlin, because of what happened at the start, before the race even began, P29. I bet he's probably disgusted with himself. Hopefully he doesn't have that same incident happen to him this time in the Cup race later tonight, so. Then we go to the Xfinity Series. Disclaimer, I did not watch the Xfinity Series because I was trying to take care of an issue that Cody Smart brought up, which we will talk about that in the NR report. Race was interesting. Early going, Cody Vanderwall looked like he spun and backed his Chevrolet in the wall, which that was the first caution. So first yellow before the competition yellow, which we did have a competition yellow, and then then Cody Vanderwall again had an engine failure coming off turn 4. His day was finally done, so his day was pretty much ruined from the get-go. Nothing happened in the first 2 stages. Kyle Busch ended up winning both stages, unfortunately. And then Timmy Hill blew an engine coming off turn 4. Ross Chastain and Chase Briscoe both slam into the turn 3 and 4 wall, causing some pretty significant damage to their race car, which for Chase Briscoe, it ended up cutting a right front tire down as he slammed the turn 1 wall hard. And then Jeremy Clements and Austin Hill got together. Both cars had heavily damaged after they hit the turn 2 wall, coming off turn number 2. Then Justin Allgaier got in the back of Myatt Snider. Snider had some pretty significant damage to the right front fender, which the fender was, by the way, gone, so at least he still had the blue foam inside the race car. That's the good part. Then Riley Herbst, Brandon Jones, and Justin Haley got collided on the front straightaway. All three cars did continue on in that race. And then the big wreck was Brandon Jones, the 20 of Harrison Burton, the 9 of Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, and Tommy Joe Martins all got together. Tommy Joe Martins slammed the wall so hard that the car almost flipped. Ended up going to a green-white checker. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, it ended on a pretty crappy note as the cheating boy, the I want to win 100 races so I can retire from Xfinity racing, Kyle Busch, sadly won. Yeah, that was pretty sucky. And then NASCAR booed Orman back, so. So the top 10 results for the Xfinity Series race. Kyle Busch wins. Daniel Hemrick almost got the win, but it would have not mattered because he is not running the full races. He ended up finishing P2. Austin Cindric 3rd, Ross Chastain 4th, Justin Allgaier 5th. Brett Moffitt had a good run in 6th. Michael Annett 7th. Brandon Brown gets a top 10 in 8th. Harrison Burton 9th. And Mike Snyder, despite all that damage on his number 21 machine from that yellow, he completes the top 10. Notable finishers I want to mention. Dylan Bassett, Josh Williams, 13th and 14th. Alex Labay, the Pinty Series champion from a couple of years ago, P16. BJ McLeod, 17th. Chase Briscoe fell all the way down to 20th. Justin Haley, P29. I bet he'll probably be disappointed. Ryan Sieg had a mechanical failure, is why he fell like multiple laps down. So, tough break for him and Fitzy as far as that is concerned. And then last night, the Truck Series drivers took to the track. I didn't watch it because I was trying to take care of something for the Reese's drivers because that's something I'm tasked with. So, we had a competition yellow, no surprise there. Nothing happened in Stage 1 or Stage 2. Stage 1 was won by Ross Chastain. Stage 2 was won by Chase Elliott. But then our first accident of the race, Stuart Friesen, Brendan Poole, Jesse Owuji, and the 26, don't help me, I can find it, of Tyler Ankrum. Owuji got turned to the wall, 30 got damaged, and then the 52 got a piece of the 30, and the 26 of Ankrum at the wall. Ankrum continued on. Owuji, who else? Owuji, Brendan Poole, and Stuart Friesen also continued on, but Owuji and Poole were done for the night, and Poole had to go to the care center because of NASCAR's protocol. In the damaged vehicle policy. And then, Nally, I cannot stop wrecking the trucks because I'm so inconsistent, Decker, loses control of her truck, locks it down for some reason, hits the wall. The 30 truck of Brendan Poole ran in the back of her. So, actually, Brendan Poole was taken out in the Nally Decker incident. Then we had a debris caution on the front straightaway. Then the 38 of Todd Gillen got hooked by John Hunter Nemechek, sent him hard on the wall, and then set up a green flag finish to the end. And Chase Elliott, when it was all said and done, not only beat Kyle Busch and won at Charlotte, he also took $100,000 for the charity of his choice for the COVID-19 situation. So the top 10 results for the Truck Series, as I'm going to post something in this server. Give me 1 second. So Chase Elliott won, Kyle Busch second. Zane Smith, the highest veteran driver, he came home in third. Brett Moffitt fourth, Sheldon Creed fifth, John Hunter Nemechek sixth, Johnny Sauter seventh, Tyler Majeski top 10 run for him in eighth, Austin Hill ninth, and Ben Rhodes complete the top 10. So now I turn over to the panelists, and with the exception of tonight's Cup race, the second one, I ask you this amazing question, and that is, what were your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend? I will start with you, Mr. Taylor.
For
Mr. Nathan Orman, what were your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend?
It's a great weekend, man. A lot of great racing. It was fun. Hopefully we get a cup race in. If we're not, then that's the weekend, man.
Well, here's the thing. If the cup race, the second cup race gets postponed, they're planning to run it tomorrow night, but if not, it would get moved to another track as far as that is concerned. What about you, Cody Smart? What were your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend?
With PJS.
And hi, Greg.
Cody and looking at the NLL. I think Cody's looking at
Yes, Cody Smart, not the other Cody. Alright, we'll probably come back to Cody Smart. What about you, the other Cody? Cody Goforth, what were your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend?
My thoughts on the Charlotte weekend started off at the 600. 600 was a good race overall. A lot of back and forth, good battles for the lead. As a Johnson fan, it was up and down, up and down. I was sucked. That's the end of the night sucked. I did not watch these videos of truck races because I was busy with stuff for another league. But from what my friend and everything I've seen, I've heard that they were great races, and I'm hoping that we can get a great end to the weekend.
Alright. Greg, what about you? What were your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend?
I think it was good. With the rain interference with some of it, I thought that, hopefully we can get what race weekend without any rain. But I didn't watch much of it. I watched some of the 600 and I don't think I didn't watch any of the Xfinity or truck, but I watched some of the 600. I thought it was good. I thought it was interesting. How my driver that picked to win had the weights falling out. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Alright, Cody Smart, what about you? What are your thoughts on the Charlotte weekend? Since, we'll try it again. Is Cody Smart muted or no? Unless he's doing something for his drivers, and I could understand that.
He might be doing something for his drivers, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh! Taylor is going against Max, says Cody Smart. Hey, at least I clarified, okay? Don't give me a dirt point if I didn't clarify. Alright. Oh, the YouTube chat's broken. I'm fully aware the YouTube chat's broken, so don't remind me. Thank you very much. Well, yeah. Now. Yeah. Okay, I'll do a Cody impression about the thoughts. Okay, my thoughts were, there's Cody. Dang it, I was trying to get my thoughts up. I was trying to do a Cody impression on his thoughts, so that didn't go well. Oops.
Wait.
Yes. Wait, what'd you say, Taylor? Taylor roasted Cody Smart in the President's chat. Just wondering why that was quiet, so. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm fully aware the chat is broken. Okay. Yeah, SM word for Greg, so. I think that's probably it. Greg is gonna get smacked by Cody Smart in a minute, and it wasn't me, so. Okay, let's get right into the top story news. We'll get to our ratings in just a second, as what is going on in my server? Off air, JK. Ah! Hugging Elijah, I do all day. But anywho, let's get into the top story news. Let's first off talk about a NASCAR penalty that came out, which we all knew it was going to happen. If I can find it. It was the Denny Hamlin, of course, we knew this coming. Denny Hamlin, if I can get back to, let me go to J-Ski, pull this up. I forgot to put this in the chat, so, but, no, that's the entry list. I want to get to where, wait, what'd you say? What'd you say? Oh, I was gonna get to the, part where, okay. Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Yeah, Denny Hamlin's crew chief was suspended 4 races because of the turn on. Also, his car chief and his race engineer also got suspended, which, let's be honest, we knew that was gonna happen, if you know what I mean. Next, news topic, Adam Stern just reported... Yeah, but anyway, Adam Stern reported yesterday that NASCAR has deposited purse money into teams' bank accounts from the first Darlington race per sources. That means the sports economy is officially back open and working after the coronavirus pandemic shutdown. No surprise? I don't think that's a big surprise, if you know what I mean. But this is a big surprise for the fall race for the Cup Series. Talladega Superspeedway yesterday morning announced a new deal with lumber company Yellow Wood, which I've never heard of that company before, which will entitle the track's fall NASCAR Cup Series race this year and next year. This is part of a widening new deal with NASCAR that also includes activations at Daytona, Kansas, Martinsville. Let me read the tweet here. Okay. Yellow Wood Pressure Treat Pine 500 at Talladega. Really? Oh, sweet. I bet that's gonna be interesting. I wonder what the race name's gonna be for the spring race. I think it's still gonna be the Geico 500. I could be wrong. Because Geico makes perfect sense, if you know what I mean. Now, there is some new rules regarding about the races that NASCAR is going to make up. I'm going to go over this one by one. Starting with Atlanta for the Cup Series. Based on finishing positions from the May 31st race at Bristol, followed by new entries in order of points for the pit selection. Same for the Xfinity Series. If we have new entries, finishing positions from the June 7th race at Talladega for the pit selection, which is random draw, blah, 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 blah. Here's the big one. Here's the big one you guys need to pay attention to. There is going to be one practice session held on June 20th from 11:35 to 12:25 for the NASCAR Cup Series teams to learn the new Super Speedway package that NASCAR is slowing the cars down in lieu of what happened to Ryan Newman at Daytona. Do you think that's a good, fair assessment, if you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
Orman?
Well, that's interesting. All I'm going to say is interesting.
Because I know what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to impound the cars Saturday because, because they won't touch the cars on Sunday, if you know what I mean. So I like having one session. I got all of this information, just anybody who's curious. I got this all from Brian because I used to chat with Brian in the Victory in Jesus chat. So, yeah. Let's go to the controversy news that has been spiraling like crazy. This one was something that somebody did not see this one coming. As I'm going to, and I want you guys' opinion about this. Daniel App was fined €10,000. Disqualified from the latest Formula E race at home and points total, in which he ended up losing his ride with Audi in the FIA Formula E World Championship. Here's a brief statement of what Audi said. A brief statement from Audi reads, quote, Daniel Abt did not drive his car in qualifying and the race at the fifth event of the Race at Home Challenge on May 23rd himself, but letting a professional sim racer do so. Integrity, transparency, and consistent compliance with capable rules are top priorities for Audi. This applies to all activities the brand is involved in without exception. For this reason, Audi Sport has decided to suspend Daniel Abt with immediate effect. End quote. Daniel Abt released a following statement after all this. Quote, Today I was informed in a conversation with Audi that our ways will split from now on. We won't be racing together in Formula E anymore, and the cooperation has ended. It is a pain which I have never felt in my life. It was extremely disappointing. It was extremely important to me to take this opportunity to tell you what has happened and to my simultaneously apologies to my family, to my friends, to Audi, to my partners, to Formula E, to the UNICEF, and of course to all the fans who support me over the years. We had a conversation and the idea came up that it would be a funny move if a sim racer basically drove for me to show the others real drivers what he is capable of. We want to document it to create a funny story for the fans. That was our idea on the day and our thought. We talked about it and how it made it happen and how to unwind it in a video afterwards. It was never my intention to let another driver drive for me to get a result and keep quiet about it later on just to make me look better. The result was irrelevant to me. I'm not getting any money from it. The sim racer hasn't gotten any money from me either. It simply was an idea. It was a feeling of this could be something cool. We did not think about the seriousness and the consequences of the situation. We made a huge mistake, and I stand by this mistake. I accept it, and I will carry all the consequences for what I have done. End quote. What is your... Alright, so Taylor, I'm going to start with you. Given of what has happened in the last 24 hours, what is your reaction to the Daniel Abt situation?
That was a little surprising, to be honest. But, I mean, I will say, he owned up to his mistake, so, and stuff, so, I'll give him that. He owned up to it, so, yeah.
Alright. Nathan Orman. Cody Goforth, what's your reaction to the Daniel Abt getting released from Audi?
Chance controversial thing that's going on right now. I'm just saying that he's going to get a second chance because he's so good. He admitted he made an innocent mistake, and that he'll get another chance probably in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. What about you, Greg Rutz, on the reaction to Audi doing that?
I mean, I think it's kind of, surprising. I think it's, disappointing in the same aspects that he's listed as right, but again, also kind of surprising. So we'll see. I think he can get a second chance.
All right. Cody Smart, what's your reaction to the news of Daniel Abt getting released from his ride, and especially from Audi?
Well, I mean, when they smacked Taylor, first of all, how do you even cheat in iRacing?
It was actually an R Factor game that I just found out. It was an R Factor.
I mean, a lot of people have done it before, so I don't know what the expectation is, like, regarding what that is concerned. Like, I've seen R Factor as like a Formula 1 version of NR 2003, but still, I mean, that's just pretty weird, to say the least, to say, hey, let's get rid of this guy because we believe they may have hacked into a racing game. Really, guys? Really? It's like saying that he'll cheat in his own car in real life if he comes back to the car. So that shouldn't be a punishable offense, especially in real life Formula E, because it's got nothing that has to do with online racing at the moment. But say if they were to go on with online racing, then yeah, it's something to keep in watch. But in real life, that's just something a little beyond what they should do. Just a team.
And, yeah, I'll just say this, and this is my opinion. This is what Robin Miller just said today. Robin Miller was not happy about this, because this is what he said. I've kept my mouth shut, at least in column form, during the sim racing epidemic of the past couple of months because my two employers, Racer and NBC, embrace the world of making believe racing. But I can't look the other way any longer. It's finally gone beyond in compromise. Of course, Daniel Abt, only one of 4 drivers to have lost his ride. I mean, think about this. It's like what happened to Kyle Larson when he lost his ride at Chip Ganassi Racing for saying the racial slur back on April 12th, and not even one person disputed the punishment, you know what I mean? And then Larson won the World of Outlaws race last weekend after he completed his diversity program, but NASCAR still has yet to reinstate him, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, as Cody said, it's just a game. Cody Smart does. It is just a game, but I think the teams are just overreacting and just taking this way too seriously, saying that, it's real life, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. It's just a game. So, I mean, I don't agree with this, but Formula E fans and Audi fans, let me know what you think in the chat down below. What do you think about the punishment? Do you think it's too harsh? Do you think that teams are overreacting and all that? Because that's what I kind of figure, if you know what I mean. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and we'll like to hear your opinion. Alright, next up. Let me look at the Here's a news item that here's a news item that was a big shocker. Ray Black Jr. is leaving NASCAR to focus on helping his business. And SS Greenlight Racing is partnering with Rick Ware Racing through the remainder of the 2020 Xfinity Series schedule, beginning with which they ran with Garrett Smithley in the 07. So, no surprise if you know what I mean. So, let me see here. Trying to see if there is any other news that... Oh! Formula 1 news. I want to update you all on the... let's get... Oh yeah, here it is. The FIA World... Okay. So this one came out just now, just before we came on the air. The FIA World Motorsports Council has formally approved a wide range of raft to changes to the Formula 1 regulations to cover the 2020 World Championship season and beyond. The most significant change is confirmed of the new cost cap limit that will start next year. It will be pegged at $145 million for the first year, then down to $140 for 2022, and then $130 million for the next 3 years based on a 21 race schedule. Provisions for closed races without fans has been written into the rules, with teams only allowed to bring 80 people, 6 of whom can be operated. So, I don't think that's a big deal about that, but F1 fans, you can let me know in the comment section. Silverstone could be moved from its regular date in July to August, because the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom has made an exception rule. Of course, you know the travel rule that we were talking about in the UK. The Prime Minister made an exception. The only traveling that is going to be allowed for the United Kingdom will be F1 teams, which is, of course, the 7 teams in Europe and then the 3 teams in Italy, which is Ferrari, AlphaTauri, and Alfa Romeo. So, I think I like that plan, and I want to see some other countries doing the same, if you know what I mean. Alright, which reminds me, I need to send GoForth the entry list for the Xfinity Cup for this weekend. Wait, did I not send... you do that while I send GoForth the entry list. Yeah. I mean, everybody should have fun. I mean, like, why make it a big deal in a game? It's like, if I don't win every race, I'm just trying to have fun and trying to get a good finish as best as I can, so. Not a big deal. So. Trying to think if you guys have any other... Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what'd you say? Wait, who said it? Oh, yeah, the entry list came out. Oh yeah, Food City just announced it's now going to be called the Food City Presents the Supermarket Heroes 500. Can you say that is a mouthful? That's what she said when David pulled his pants down in front of Minnie, Taylor. Okay, go ahead, go forth.
Okay, so for a couple of weeks here, the NFL has been debating on a sky judge to review penalties, and they have been withdrawn ahead of the league meeting. However, the proposal for a 4th and 15 onside kick alternative continues to be molded. And also, it's expected that the league will still test out an expanded both the official communication system in the upcoming preseason, but no officiating
Interesting.
Interesting is right.
Yeah.
In depth, there's gonna be a booth umpire, a senior technology advisor. So the booth umpire will be an ace game official to the officiating crew, where the senior technology advisor will be able to, senior technology advisor to the referee to assist the officiating crew.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting to see how that will play out, if you know what I mean. Alright. Anything else you want to add on? Go forth, since now we're into the NR report.
Since we're on to the NR report,
Yeah.
Steam Racing Network, if that whole like the Steam Racing Network.
Cool. Wait.
PCSRA.
Okay.
Well, I'm part of that whole thing. It's if you're in the NRL Discord, you see part of it. I commentated Lucas Oil Pro Series.
Ooh, that's cool.
I commentated the one at Auto Club, and pretty darn good job of it, if I say so myself. I'll send you the link, Boyle, so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a look at it, because I think that looks like a lot of fun. So. Yep.
I'm gonna get you this link here, if my internet would work.
If not, you can go smack it fully clothed and not with you know who.
No, I got it. It's good.
Okay, sweet. Sweet jelly beans. Not accept it. I was not even gonna fall in that trap, Cody. Smart. So, nice try. Ah! Yes.
Anyways, so Greg was the table. Greg accepted me as a
Alright, continue.
For the other show, Boyles, did you say what I sent you in?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
About my...
Yeah, I mentioned it on last week's show, so I didn't forget, so.
Thank you. What else is there? Oh yeah, I've commentated like 5 or 6 races in
Yep.
the last couple weeks.
That's
Doing a lot of commentary.
yeah. I'm gonna look at the Lucas Oil deal tonight, and then I'll probably say that's pretty good. So.
I've been doing a pretty darn good job. It's actually not my name. It's under my alias of Connor Mallory.
Ooh.
Because I'm actually racing in that, so
Sweet.
commentator racer doing.
Just being like an expert, if you know what I mean.
Other stuff, the drive-through sim series. The silly season has begun. And that's expected to be restarting in a couple of months.
Cool.
Teams have already been made up, charters have already been figured out. And as DCA side, I actually own a team.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to say the least. That's all I've got. You guys have anything?
Yeah, now, I brought this up when we were mentioning the Xfinity Series recap. If you have not heard the news, I don't know if Goforth heard the news or not. But for those of you who have not heard the news, PCSRA has announced that Derek Hamill has been suspended until further notice by PCSRA for his actions towards a PCSRA president, hint, he is in this call, on Monday. Patrick Watson released the following statement. If I can, I'm trying to think which one I put it in. Oh, it's in this one. This is what because here's what Patrick Watson had to say, and this is what he said to everybody. Dear PCSRA friends and owners, on Monday night we have received several complaints and concerns about the inappropriate comments that were made by Derek Hamill towards PCSRA co-president Cody Smart. We at the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association Academy will not tolerate any racist/inappropriate comments to any person that is representing this in our league. As a result of this behavior towards a co-president, which is a clear violation in the PCSRA's hand guide, section 9-17, Derek has been suspended until further notice and to protect the safety of everyone in this situation. I am very disappointed about Mr. Hamill's actions and the way he treated one of the owners like that, but the one thing I do appreciate from you guys and gals is how you responded and protected your friends in something like this in a difficult situation, which is a huge lesson to learn moving forward, end quote. Yeah, but wait, there's more. This one was kind of something nobody saw coming. Former Williams Racing driver Ben Kalikowak will be replacing Riley Anderson at Hattori Racing in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Kalikowak is still trying to get it right for the All-Star race later on in the season because he won a couple of races last year. I'm going to let Cody Smart talk about the fairy tale racing part, if you know what I mean. Well, she's an Indian driver, okay?
Yeah, but to be fair, though, that you mentioned before the PGS thing went all about Taylor.
I saw that one coming.
So, and then I decided, maybe I can try to do something about the Buck Series in the next season. So I decided to name a couple of names to go in there as well. So there'll be 3 full-time trucks next season, all 24 being driven by Tina Orman, which is short for Think About Orman, so... No! And then the 026 would be driven by Minnie Heller, which I also wanted to say Minnie Heller, but I was like, nah, there's realistic names of Minnie out there, so I decided to keep the name of Minnie Heller in there.
That's funny.
Because I don't have one, so... Yeah. And then, actually, Cody, Taylor decided to give you the necessary amount of door go for it. PCSRA in 2021, so you're lucky for now.
Yes, you're lucky for now. Oh boy. Okay. It's gotta get smacked.
Yeah, okay, so speaking of Taylor, and the number 085 truck, which is the last truck in the lineup, will be driven by Cindy Taylor. for Cinderella Taylor. Oh,
You can be glad he's not in this call because Taylor got kicked out by Discord.
And by the way, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. So, the Buffalo Wild Wings series, they will be having a car where they will be developing the truck series drivers, the three that I mentioned before, and the number 085 Mercedes for the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Sponsor is yet to be determined.
Well, I'm gonna try to make a Mercedes template for the Buffalo Wild Wings series.
I'm sure Fraser would let you borrow his, or the actual series. Yeah, for
Wait,
sure. I mean,
wait, which one?
Yeah, Frieza is really expensive, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it on the NXS 15 mod?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to send that to me, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, speaking of Frieza, I have a couple of videos on the NSCC. Well, I got quite a few stories, actually. A lot more than go for it, believe it or not. So, story number one, this is the earliest story. I've decided that after, I believe it's 3 seasons racing with the Ford manufacturer, I will be switching over to General Motors next season to leaving Ford and joining with Carter Friesen's Alliance Tree, since I am his satellite for the Chromaleo Truck Series on up. So I want to try to build more cooperation with a good buddy, Carter Friesen. We've worked together in many different leagues, which include the NSCRA, where he almost won a championship over there with me, and also your most recent ASCA Copperhead Amateur Series winner at Daytona. So, we come a long way, honestly. And so, my team, Ford Performance Racing, and your team are going to be rivals now. You realize that? Yeah, I know, like that. Yeah, I've never realized that, but we can get back to that later or something like that. So, another big piece of information is
Dang.
I think it was 200,000.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think it was as much as influencing, which that's a big no-no in the NSCCA either. Yeah, that's a big no-no there.
That's probably the biggest no-no of.
Yeah, other than cough one driver, there's something else. But
We don't talk about that.
yeah, we don't talk about that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, or me, there's two drivers we don't talk about in the CCA now. So luckily, you're not the only one anymore.
Thank God.
We don't talk about them.
Yeah, we don't talk about him more. I'll message you after we get off the air.
Yeah, that would be better.
Send you a DM. Okay,
I know.
things. Yeah, we know who it is, but I'm not going to say it on air. So, let's talk about it after we get done.
Yes.
All
Alright.
The discussion about MDCS starts to have an MDCS there. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting move there, go for it. So, believe it or not,
do something. They just make stuff happen.
Exactly.
yeah, for
My
sure.
team is because if I'm looking at the points at the totals right now, I have 42.8 thousand right now.
Dang.
Yeah, that's how much I have right now.
Jeez.
I will check on how much I have. You know you're not going to be able to add Darlington.
Sorry. I just yawned.
You could smart voters.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. It says 450.8K. It's Ben General Motors, dude, because my truck is a GMC. But yes, it's 450K. So here's
Isn't it just a Apollo racing?
yeah, Apollo Racing will just be as get back to positives. But yeah, you see, so for those who don't know, I actually do have written a few articles about NSCCA so far, but going up with predictions, believe it or not. But one of them was an actual article about CRTS teams that are a little bit under the weather when it comes to financial concerns.
The team I drive for is not looking too good right now.
Oof.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, mine is 1.5K. I mean, they have some pretty decent finishes they're going for, so I don't think they'll lose any more if they even do. But I do see them having to sell some sort of equipment. But according to
I'm the star of the team.
yeah, that's a big thing because I kind of wanted to send in an offer for you to race an MDCS, but I guess somebody else beat me to it.
Yeah, so energy racing actually.
Yeah, that's what happened. But rumors are that there is a possible chance that I could be signing Alex Fletcher over to my team next season.
Really?
There's a possibility. Like, we don't know yet. Like, he's not confirmed. I'll say that right now. He's not confirmed. But even if he doesn't want to sign, I have another possible idea in mind, which is even more unlikely than the last one. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to get booted up to the Cromwell Truck Series next season.
See who I'm trying to sign? It probably not gonna happen, but it's tight. Am I allowed to say who I want to sign?
I mean, I think you could.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm trying to sign Sebastian Kukulon.
Oh,
Interesting.
damn.
If you look, he hasn't been signed yet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I at one point wanted to try to sign Diego Yepes into MDCS for Leech, but he was like, my Leech experience has been terrible. Like, okay, fair enough. But
But yeah, I'm trying. And I think it might work out in my favor, actually.
Oh, that would have been funny if you know what I mean.
They work out of my safety.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple other people I want to like sign in as well, but I really can't because of these new rules coming up. So it's not going to be easy. I'm also trying to sign Ethan Head. Oh yeah, Ethan Head. I mean, he being cute and playing in the CRTS though. But I just think he'll be good. Like I think he could be good if he's given a good chance. Because if you remember, I bought a couple charters. Well, the team before me did, but I have a couple charters sitting around, so.
Yeah, you're in good shape.
Like, your team has a couple charters going around for CRTS. But here's the thing, though. They already sold one at the North Border Motorsports, and with how poor they're getting, they might have to do one of the two things. Either sell out their unchartered truck or give away another one of their charters to another team who could get a charter. That's what I'm probably going to end up doing, is getting rid of my unchartered truck, because it's just not looking good right now. Also gonna try to get rid of, because I have like 3 NDCS vehicles right now, and I'm just gonna get rid of one. You have to get rid of one unless you do an NDCS only team, which by then you can have all 3. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one because I want to have at least one vehicle in every division, so I can maximize my amount of money I get. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like for me, I'm a pretty small team, if I want to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah. Like, I have one truck that's like developing, yes and no. I mean, it varies by the race, but I'm more focused on the NCPS program, and I just for Crate to provide me stuff for CRTS. That's what I've been doing all season. Gotta go.
Alright, you can send me your predictions in my DM. Don't forget. Alright, see ya, go forth. Alright. One team I need to mention before we get to the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. Master Musical Motorsports, which is Triple M for short, has purchased the Hamill McDowell Racing Team and is relocating to Los Angeles, California immediately. Amber McMillan, who used to be the principal for ACSRA and a current assistant principal for the PCSRA, becomes the first team owner in the history of the PCSRA to own a PCSRA race team. Driver lineup for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will be announced at a later date. So far, no injury reports so far for the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. That is a good news there. Slow down by an orthorized, a broken bone, or a sports injury, count on Mercy. To help restore your orthopedic life, call Mercy Orthopedics today. Mercy and the PCSRA, a partnership for more than a decade. So let's look ahead to Bristol and Texas. IndyCar was supposed to we were supposed to have our second oval race, but because of the COVID-19, this is the season opener for IndyCar. This is also the next race for the the next race for the NASCAR season, as they're heading to Bristol Motor Speedway. So let's start with Bristol Motor Speedways. We leave Charlotte Motor Speedway, depending on what's going on with the weather. We come to the greatest, Bristol Motor Speedway. We talked about this in the past, Cody Smart, that short track racing equals short track tempers. So do you think we could see some short track racing and short track tempers as far as what we could see at Bristol, or do you think it's going to be a lot different with both Xfinity and Cup? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a new team we're talking about. So, I mean, I already have an experience with, like, the equipment from Hamill's team could actually make a major difference. So what have you been talking about Bristol?
But if you want to get to the deal, go right for it. Nice derp, Cody.
It was a miss, huh?
Nice derp, Cody.
Oh, come on.
Somebody was too busy having a Pepsi or a Sprite over there. Cody!
Okay, Bristol. Yeah, short track racing always be crazy. Kyle Busch is in it, so he will probably the weekend.
Wait. Actually, wait a second. Let me relook at the entry list. By the way, Cody, the lie detector determined on the Kyle Busch being at Bristol for Xfinity, that was a lie. Ah! You said Kyle Busch was you said Kyle Busch was in the race for Bristol. The lie detector determined that was a lie. He is not racing this weekend. This pleases the Army. This angers the Greg. Best part, in fact, there is no Cup drivers in the Xfinity race, so we're going to have a real winner. This pleases the Army. But continue, Cody. Continue. No, the trucks will be at Atlanta. That's their next race.
We'll try again in Atlanta. 500 laps in Cup. It'll actually be pretty interesting to see. It's the first time I have one race in that weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Before we continue, Cody, I have a dumb question for the entry list, especially for the Cup Series. What's L Food City? I know Food City, but L Food City? What's Annua? I know Annual, but Annua? Nice derp there. Whoever sent... Oh, nice derp J-Ski. Times 2. It was J-Ski. Of course, it is J-Ski. But anyway, the Cheddar 300, that's an interesting race name if you ask me. But I think it's like a restaurant, so I wouldn't say that's a big surprise. But anyway, what do you think we're going to see at Bristol, Ormond? Because we also got to do IndyCar look ahead. Alright, Greg, what about you? Yeah. Yeah. Just so everybody's clear, we have a doubleheader of racing on Saturday. Because after the after the Bristol race is the season opener for IndyCar. So what do you think we're going to see at IndyCar, Orman? At Texas. Yes. What about you, Greg?
I think it's going to be interesting to see, IndyCar have, another, after the hiatus, but we'll see how it goes.
And Cody Smart, what about you as far as going to the IndyCar season opener at Texas?
We've had the iRacing IndyCar Challenge. Maybe some teams got sponsored by some pretty big equipment, especially with drivers who weren't able to get that big equipment. Maybe I should hold all of them up, like say Cherum, for example. He is certainly an underdog contender to look out for. The other people who must have done really good night race never done all that well in real life.
I think we're ready to make our predictions. Brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott. For those of you that don't know how our predictions go, it goes like this. Driver to win, driver to stay away from, driver you think is the dark horse. 1 point apiece for every category, which, by the way, Orman, I need to put the global standings in here since it has been a while since we had the global picks. I already pinged it, okay? Alright, plus doing yours, so. Alright, so let me, first of all, let me just go over the global standings, because this is actually our first global pick since, listen to this, February. Yeah, we have not made predictions in a while, so, yeah. Wait, let me, wait, I wanna, can somebody confirm it is is it this weekend for Texas, or is it next weekend? Let me check. Oh, it's next week. But we're just doing that prediction just to get it out of the way, so. Because I want to recap Bristol, if you know what I mean, so. The drivers that have the word all racing and all rounds is your entry list. For IndyCar. So. Unless Orman's already written it down and pinged us. I think it's just... Wait a second. Because I haven't heard any... Yeah, because it's just the full-time drivers, so... Now, the reason we're only doing predictions for IndyCar is I'm gonna address something in our when we look at this week's upcoming events. So I'll address that in a second. So, all right. So here's the standings. First, starting with the global, since it's been a while since we've done a global pick. I am, of course, tied with Cody Goforth at 17 points apiece. Nathan Orman is now in third place, tied with Cody at 15. Greg is at 14, and Taylor has 11. So there you go on that. Unofficial NASCAR standings as of right now going into the Cup race today. We'll give you the updated standings for our show coming up next week. Cody Smart has an 18-point lead on Greg Rutz in second place at 312. Nathan Orman is only 1 point back. He is 19 points back from Cody at third place. Kyle Langland jumps up to fourth place at 284 points. Zachary Taylor will round out the top five at 281 points. Yours truly is in sixth place at 278 points. Quentin Moore is seventh at 254 points. Great Lakes is eighth with 202 points. David Heller is ninth with 201 points. Cody Goforth rounds out the top 10 with 164 points. And Andrew Ramsey is now in last place with 3 points. So there you go. That's the updated standings as of right now. Because Orman's already gotten the rest of the picks for Charlotte, for the second Charlotte race. So, yeah. All right. You know who wants to? You know who's going first? Mr. Nathan Orman.
So, what are we gonna do first?
Bristol.
Bristol for Xfinity and Cup?
Yes.
So, we got
And then Bristol and then Texas. We'll mention that Global we're not going to recap until 2 weeks. So Global will be back in 2 weeks after we recap.
So what's the Xfinity or Cup?
I think it's Xfinity and then Cup is what I saw the deal. So it's back to what we used to do until before the pandemic happened. So there you go.
Okay, so my driver to win, what the Xfinity say, I'm gonna say, I bet you win, Hamilton win.
Ooh.
Driver to stay away from. Stay away from Daniel Hamlin.
Oh.
And my dark horse,
Hmm. Whoa. Hey now. Get your game on. Hmm.
And my dark horse, he had a good race last year at Bristol in the night race. I'm gonna say Master Bandero.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he finished second.
Yeah, he should have won that race. I can tell you that for sure. He should have won that race.
Now for Texas. For
Yeah.
your car.
For the first time in quite some time, so I don't get caught with a singing Orman.
Driver to win the first race of the season for IndyCar. I'm gonna say Marcus Ericsson.
Whoa. Can we say bold? What'd you say, Cody? He said Simon Pagino.
Yeah, I know he said Simon Pagino, but before that, I thought
No, he said the heck with it. Two-letter word plus, actually. The funny part is, Cody, I just got that on the stream.
Okay, guys, let's be serious.
Dark horse.
Dark horse. I'm gonna say Alexander Rossi.
Whoa. Alright. Next up, Greg Rutz.
Greg Watts.
Start with Xfinity, my friend.
Alright, for my third to win, I'm gonna go with the only Penske driver in there, Austin Cindric.
Ooh. Penske's really good as far as Bristol's concerned. That's an interesting pick. Better than Matt Mills, Greg. Who's to stay away from?
I'll go with Ryan
Ronnie
Bassett Jr.
Bassett.
Ronnie Bassett. Don't underestimate him. Last time I kind of picked him, and then guess what he did? What do you do? Funny father did.
That is funny, because I love you getting triggered. Not accepted. Dark horse. Who's your dark horse? Joe Graff Jr. is a dark horse. For Cup. Ooh. Cody. Cow. You're a cow. Barnes and Noble. I cannot even spell Almirola right. Barnes and Noble. Well, I didn't put it in the chat, so Barnes and Noble. Hang on a second. Let me look and see. Let me try to get it spelled right. Okay, so I don't dart, which don't help me. I can do it. Almior. Gosh dang it. AL. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, I got it. Okay, driver, stay away from Greg. Ooh. Well, this one's going to be difficult for me, I can tell you that.
And then my dark horse, I'm gonna go with Christopher Bell.
Hey!
So
John Hunter Nemechek. The dark horse was Christopher Bell.
dark horse, Christopher Bell, yay. Now for Texas, for IndyCar.
Yep, just because we're not going to have a preview for Global next week. That's why we're doing our picks now. So, just so everybody's aware.
This one is from the one that has the IndyCar scoop thing on it. This is what I'm using. It has the IndyCar scoop on it.
You can just wing it out. Oh, wait till you get to hear my picks for IndyCar. You guys are you're gonna be shocked.
Driver to win. I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna say the first name because I don't know how to say the second name. The last name. I'm gonna go with Sage.
Sage Karam as the driver to win.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna go with Ben Haley as my driver to stay away from.
Is he actually running Texas?
I don't know.
I don't know. If he's not, if you had a backup pick, who would it be?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna try Kimball.
Okay.
Charlie and
Yeah, if Hanley is not on the entry list, then that's his pick, his actual pick. Dark horse.
Dark horse, I'm gonna go with
Alexander Rossi.
So who's the driver with?
Sage Karam.
Sage.
Rossi's the dark horse. Charlie Kimball would be the stay away from if Ben Hanley's not on the entry list. Charlie Kimball. Just put Charlie Kimball on the list.
Charlie Kimball. And dark horse Alexander Rossi.
Yes. Alright. Cody is next. Let's start with just NASCAR just to make this easier for Cody.
Because I don't have the IndyCar entry list.
But if you just want to wing it out on the IndyCar deal, Cody, go for it. But Bristol is first. That's what your first task is.
Yeah, so, for crying out loud, a lot of the contenders of last year are not even in this event,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. This will be pretty hard. Here's what I recall. I recall Justin Allgaier winning a couple stages in the past.
Yeah.
And I've also recalled JGR rookies decently doing well for whatever reason. But here's what I'm going to say. If you're not 100% sure who is going to have the talent, then, oh God, I'm stuck between two drivers now. Hooray me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to wing it on this one. I'm going to say Ross Chastain is the driver to win.
Yeah, because since there's no Kyle Busch or anybody like that, you're left with Xfinity. If I'm not mistaken...
Yeah, Ross Chastain drove for the
wait.
Xfinity
I just realized, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Bristol the Dash for Cash race?
Yeah.
Because if I'm seeing there's no Cup driver, something's telling me it. Let me get a confirmation. I want to get a confirmation from Marty. Because if there's no Kyle Busch in there, something tells me it's a Dash for Cash race.
Yeah,
If that's the case, then yeah, there's your answer. Let me get a confirmation with Marty, because now I just realized, wait, Dash for Cash, I forgot about that. Okay. I'll get a confirmation from Marty. But who's your driver stay away from, Cody?
I have this one. Warmy X, the too hard driver. So I'm not going with it. I'm gonna go on and pick somebody who has wrecked out the past couple races. So, pick Ross Chastain as driver. And, okay, Ross Chastain. Ooh, the one man boy. Yeah. I'm gonna pick the driver.
Let me ask Pockrass.
Wrecked quite a few times in the past few races. So I feel like that trend will continue on with them. Picking Cody Van Der
Waller, whoever is the driver to stay away.
Yeah. So Cody Van Der Yeah. Of course. My
Who?
course is going to be somebody.
Wait, who was the driver to stay away from? Because I forgot to. Can you send it to me, Orman? In the send me his driver to stay away from in the DM, Orman.
I can tell you.
Is it Cody Vanderwall? Is that what he just said? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll spell the last name when I get a chance. So.
Yeah, my dark horse is going to be quite easy. I can Chase Briscoe as the dark horse. Yes, I know he just worked out, but Chase Briscoe. Now for Cup.
Vanderwall.
Okay, so
I'll figure out how to spell it later. I'm not gonna screw with it.
it should be realistic to pick a Chevy driver's job for Cup. Here's the problem. Or actually, you know what? This could be a little bit risky, but Toyota hasn't really been up to their game lately. I mean, they only have 2 wins, but they're not the majority you'd think it would be. So, I don't think that's going to continue on with them. But I do think somebody's going to look out of the shadows. And I mean, he just got a big morale boost. He just got a big morale boost for whatever reason. So it makes me suspect that the driver to win Bristol is going to be Chase Elliott. And because of the more makes up. Not accepted. We tied. And Danny has been ejected from the
Well, I haven't even said. Well, I haven't even said anything. I'm just trying to get a confirmation to see if the Dash for Cash race is in. If this is a Dash for Cash race for Bristol is what I'm trying to get confirmation.
Alright, so
Let me look. Let me look at the deal. Dash for Cash. Barnes and Noble. I'm trying to spell cash. 2020 NASCAR.
Toyland.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay. To Sean Art, I disagree. It is the first race of the Dash for Cash. This is a Dash for Cash race. I just confirmed it. I just looked it up. It is a Dash for Cash. So, okay, because I looked at the schedule and I'm like, okay, it has to be a Dash for Cash because there's no way, there would be no other reasons. Okay, because the Dash for Cash races were supposed to be at Texas, Bristol, Talladega, Dover. So this is the first Dash for Cash race. Also, Talladega is also a Dash for Cash race. So that means there won't be any Cup drivers. So nice derp, Sean Art, when you said no it's not, when I actually looked it up just now. Yep, because I looked it up. Because I was like, I want to make sure it's a Dash for Cash race. Guess what? It is confirmed. Okay, thanks. Alright, now we're all on the same page. Alright. Who's to stay away from, Mr. Cody Smart?
I'm gonna pick a driver where, despite one teammate doing pretty good in that past few races, the other one really hasn't. And if you notice the past few races, his teammate has been going OP and low tier equipment. Has been going pretty OP and low tier equipment. So this gives you a hint for my driver to stay away from. Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell's the driver. That was actually one of my picks I was going to say for a driver to stay away from.
Okay, Elijah, give me a push that.
What happened?
Look what he put into the blue head shortstop.
Cody is gonna be. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Elijah's on the board.
Okay, so I just looked at the calendar, getting back on topic, Cody. Let me tell you, hang on, give me 1 second so I can go back to where it was. Wait, Barnes and Noble, I'm going the wrong way. Where is Barnes and Noble? Where is it? Hang on a second, let me find it. Talladega. Give me a second. I gotta go all the way up. God, I got a lot of photos. Okay. So, yeah, the Talladega weekend is a Dash for Cash race. So, that's the second race. So, there you go. Okay. Who's your dark horse? Ah!
Okay, well, alright, so for my dark horse for the event, honestly, anybody can work out, anybody can do anything.
Yes, hi neighbor, says Sean Arndt.
Of course, to be honest, I mean, this dude, I feel like he's gonna start kicking it up a notch, because when you're the only driver left to not win a race this season, you'll have some time to kick it up in front of your teammates for the remainder of 2020, which leads us down to one driver in particular. Joey Logano won 2 races. Keselowski just won last week. Who hasn't won yet? Any guesses?
Blaney I know hasn't won one as far as the Penske organization is concerned.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney's my dark horse.
Good job, Greg.
What happened?
Look what he said in the chat.
By the way, Danny, earlier I caught you saying the C word on stream.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm not.
December holiday.
Hugging Sean Art, we do all day. Ugh. Sorry, I was stretching. Okay, for IndyCar.
Gee, I don't know every single driver who's on the list.
Well, you could use the one from the last entry list, Cody. If not, you can throw a backup one. It's not like I'm going to penalize you for throwing a backup pick.
Okay, let's bit 2020 and
Why would you slap me when I did not give you your lemonade, Sean?
what happened?
He slapped Sean Art smacked me when I haven't even given him his lemonade slushy. Oh, Barnes and Noble! I forgot to give Orman his slushy.
Oh, come on, Danny.
Well, I'm sorry because Blue Junior was banging on the chair all day.
It's alright. Alright, so my driver to win for IndyCar.
Yeah, this is IndyCar.
Driver to win for IndyCar. I am going to pick someone who. Okay, well, this means. Or actually. Oh my goodness me. You know what? I'm going to pick. And this may trigger somebody. I'm picking Simon Pagenaud as my driver to win. The guy who works in iRacing.
Hopefully he doesn't do that hopefully he doesn't do it at Texas. That's what I want to say.
Simon Pagenaud is driving to win. Oh, hey, here's somebody I don't know.
Oh,
Renus VK.
wait, what'd you say?
Renus VK.
I don't, wait, oh, let me look at, wait, where's the, no, I said I forgot to make his slushy, Greg, ya darp.
So,
Let me look at the IndyCar list.
what number is it?
I think it's 21, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 21.
Yeah, he is a rookie. Yeah, he is a rookie, so it would count.
Rookie, okay, so Renus VK.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so that's his driver to stay away from.
Picking with somebody who I know should be pretty safe, and I believe he did not work out last year either. He's basically a whip, Scott Dixon.
Scott Dixon.
Okay, who's next?
Well, it's me because I don't have anybody else's picks. I'll send everybody else's predictions to you, Orman, in a DM. So I'll start with the Xfinity Series. So the driver I think is going to win. Since this is a Dash for Cash race, this is something that means everybody can try to get a spot into the playoffs. Looking at this entry list, I really feel like this is an opportunity for a driver that hasn't won yet to get into the playoffs. So the driver I'm going to take to win,
Who is it?
I'm going to go with Harrison Burton as the driver to win.
Harrison Burton, okay. Oh, wow, the driver won by luck earlier.
Yeah. Driver to stay away from.
Stay away from.
I wonder if they... Okay, Patrick Emerling, you know, I think he's like a rookie driver because he's making his Xfinity debut, so... If there is one driver who I think has not done well at Bristol because of what I've seen lately, I have to say stay away from Ryan Sieg. This angers the Fitzy. Dark Horse... You should have picked him. AJ Allmendinger as the Dark Horse.
AJ Allmendinger?
Yes, you should have picked him. Now he's mine. Ha ha ha. For Cup.
That's right, Is he actually waiting? Racing today?
What?
Is AJ Allmendinger actually
Yeah,
racing?
yes. Yeah, this time he's locked in. Daytona, he wasn't. This is his first start of the year. For Cup, I was thinking, this one was tough because, Brad Keselowski has won at Bristol before, if you know what I mean. If tonight, okay, this is something I just got. If tonight's Cup race is postponed until Thursday night, the Xfinity race will move from Saturday to Monday at. Shit, that would fuck up the weekly show just a little bit, but not too much. Anyway, back to my picks. Driver to win. I think. Jeez, this one's tough. Talk about pressure, if you ask me. You know what? I'm gonna go bold. He's gonna get his first ever Cup win ever in the history of historyness. Matt DiBenedetto as the driver to win. I'm going bold. I'm going bold. I'm taking a risk. If this works, then not accepted if anybody ejects me for it. Driver to stay away from. Oh boy, I don't know where this could go wrong, if you know what I mean. Because Bristol, yeah, it's really exciting. Bristol is really fun. But sometimes Bristol could be bad luck for you. And if there is one driver who I think deserves to get bad luck in the way it goes, I'm going to say stay away from Chris Buescher as the driver to stay away from.
He sucked at that job last time.
Dark Horse, I got to go with my boy. Go Christopher Bell. He is my dark horse. Yep, Texas for IndyCar for next weekend. Even though I don't care if I darped or not, but anyway, driver to win. I think you guys made a fatal mistake for two reasons. Number one, he's really good at the ovals, but number two, you can kind of consider him as a dark horse because I think you guys should have given this guy a chance. And that is why I will say Ryan Hunter-Reay is my driver to win. Oh, you Barnes and Noble. Ryan Hunter-Reay, the driver to win. I told you, you should have picked him. You should have picked him. Ha 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 ha. The driver to stay away from. How can you smack somebody with SpongeBob? How can you smack someone with SpongeBob? No, that's not a driver to stay away from. This one was not an easy task in a good way. Exactly. Technically, he should get a dirt point. You know what? Alex Palou is the driver to stay away from. Yeah. I really don't know what to expect out of him as far as myself is concerned, but I just don't feel like a rookie like him is going to succeed, if you know what I mean.
Let's see. Alex Palou.
And for the dark horse. Alexander Rossi.
Do we have four panelists picked Alexander Rossi as a dark horse?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yep, for right now, so. Alright, let's get into final thoughts. Cody Smart. what's your final thoughts about going into Bristol as far as what we're going to see?
I don't know, to be honest. I just expect short track racing, a lot of contact, maybe some people getting picked up by other drivers, I suppose. Because that's what happens nearly all the time at Bristol or Richmond.
Yep. Nathan Norman, final thoughts.
I'm going to say this. Bristol is going to be a great race weekend for NASCAR. I love Bristol. It's awesome. And if it goes back, I'm so excited. But it's going to be a great weekend.
All right. Greg, your final thoughts? Oh, brother, what did he do? Ah! Pineapple houses we like to build. Not with you know who. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, man. Oh, man. I just don't know where the fun part's going to begin, so it's going to be exciting. A few notes from Dennis Stats Kelly. With that win, Brad Keselowski is one away from winning every Crown Jewel event race he's gotten. He's won the 600, as Cody Smart mentioned, won the Southern 500, the Brickyard 400. All he needs is to win the 500 to complete the trifecta, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Let's give you a look at this week's upcoming events, brought to you by Red Carpet Charter, the official charter company of the PCSRA. Mr. Elijah and Sean Art will be on the NASCAR Pit Stop Show tomorrow night. This is the reason why my show got moved to today, so to avoid any conflict. They'll recap Charlotte. They'll go over some news and notes and all that good stuff and preview the last Great Coliseum. It'll be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is about almost less than 24 hours from now, so go check that out if you are excited. So that's a look ahead of this week's upcoming events. As far as looking at this week's upcoming PCSRA weekly show events, going to mention this. There's not going to be a preview for Global next week, but next week we're going to recap Bristol. We're going to get our panelists' thoughts on the Bristol weekend, like I mentioned. We'll take you through the news and notes in the NR world, breaking stories, all that great stuff. And then we are going to... actually, let me rephrase. We are not going to look ahead to Atlanta, and here's why I say this. Due to the fact that we've already made predictions for Atlanta, we're actually going to look ahead to Martinsville. We are not looking ahead to Atlanta because we've already made predictions for Atlanta, so back in March. So we're actually going to look ahead to Martinsville, if you know what I mean. So Martinsville, and that's going to be pretty much how that's going to go down. And then Thursday, we'll recap Atlanta and Martinsville, look ahead to Homestead. So that's how that's going to work as far as that is concerned. So we're going to recap Bristol next week, but instead of looking ahead to Atlanta, we're going to look ahead to Martinsville. So it is only going to be Cup picks, since I still have the picks from the Cup Series. One little pick change for the Cup Series regarding about Atlanta. Great Lakes has put out this prediction. Great Lakes has changed his pick to Riley Herbst as the driver to stay away from for the Xfinity race at Atlanta. So I just want to throw that out there. So if you have the Atlanta picks, we are going to only look ahead to Martinsville. So that's... If you guys are okay with that agreement, I will be grateful if you guys agree. So, any questions about? Wait, what were you gonna say, Warman?
So you said, oh, that's the Atlanta one.
Yeah, the Atlanta picks that I saved. Yeah.
I already changed it.
All right, cool. But again, we're not going to look ahead to Atlanta because we've already done that back in March. We've already made the predictions also back in March. It's just I need to change I changed Great Lakes' driver to stay away from to Riley Herbst. But everybody else's picks are done. We're just only going to preview Martinsville only. So, because we'll be coming from Atlanta and all that. So, that's a look at this week's upcoming events brought to you by Red Carpet Charter. As far as a time is concerned, that will be yet to be determined for next week, but probably it will be like 2 or 3 o'clock Eastern time. And of course, our live coverage will begin with the PCSRA morning show, which is going to be great. So, since we have late o'clock, by the way, coming up next on the PCSRA radio station, so that's good. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Yeah, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA Weekly Show, and we remind all of our friends that together we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com for more details. Want to thank our great crew today: Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, Nathan Orman, Cody Goforth, and our amazing panelists of the Weekly Show, our statistician Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, Alex Hawkins, Sean Arndt as well, Dennis Satz Kelly, our spotter Greg Wood Black, engineer producer Michael Dean, Tom Shores and Greg Rutz, our sideline engineer, and Crystal Fun expert, and Seth Summer running the show for us like he always does back in our Learfield IMG College Network Studios. Congratulations to our winners from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And also one little note from Dennis Satz Kelly. Now the Truck Series is now the first NASCAR series in its history that is raced now every day of the week. So congratulations to them. Until next week, my friends, when we recap Bristol Motor Speedway, get you caught up on some news and notes in the NR Report, take you through all that great stuff, and looking ahead to Martinsville Speedway, since we've already done our predictions for Atlanta. This is Daniel Voiles, aka PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26, saying, Boomer Sooner, everybody!
PCSRA Weekly Show fans, thank you for joining us for today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show on the Blue Hedgehog TV. We hope to see you every Monday and Tuesday inside our PCSRA studios in War Acres, Oklahoma for more episodes of the PCSRA Weekly Show throughout the 2020 race season. This PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecues, Harkins Theaters, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Thanks for listening to the PCSRA Weekly Show. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2020 by the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues and the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association, Incorporated.